to Madison HD Sportsnet, presented by the JMU Alumni Association. We're here with Cross Country head coach Dave Rinker. Dave, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
So this is the first coaches show of the year. We're just going to ask Coach a few questions, and we'll check back each week, seeing how the season's going. So first off, we do have a relatively large incoming class of young runners on the team. I think it's about 8 freshmen this year. Talk a little bit about what you expect to see from them this year.
Well, their freshman year is one of the largest adaptation years they're going to have to make in their entire life. And from that standpoint, we want them to be adapting both to academics, seamlessly going into the training program. So we're focusing a lot more from the academic and training standpoint than we are the racing standpoint, at least initially. Then once we get a feel for what they are capable of doing and how they adjust, then we'll start making changes in their racing plans and who they race with and how they do things.
Right. And you do have some accomplished returners coming back as well, runners like Kathleen Stewart, Tessa Mundell, Carol Strock, girls like that. So what do you expect from the team as a whole this year as well?
Well, our goal is always to go into the conference championship and go for a conference championship. With William & Mary being one of the top 20 teams in the country and returning everybody, that's going to be very difficult. But you never give up on that. You always believe that you're just going to train as hard as you can throughout the entire fall and then let the chips fall where they may at the end. And the key is can we stay healthy? Kathleen is coming back from an injury she suffered last year. She missed the entire summer training-wise. So right now we're bringing her along very slowly. Real happy with Tessa and Carol. They're doing a fantastic job right now, leading the team in everything, not only in workouts, but how they interact with the team as team leaders. I couldn't be prouder of those two juniors. We also have Erica Gray coming back, who was in our top 5 last year on a consistent basis. And Erica's the kind of runner that develops a little bit more slowly over the fall. She's not a real good runner in the heat. And, of course, yesterday we were doing a workout and it was 90 degrees and 50% humidity. So she's going to come on at the end of the fall when we need her the most.
Now, you do have a couple, as you put it, low-key meets under your belt so far this year with the UVA Duels. You sent 5 girls to that meet. And then the JMU Alumni meet this past weekend. Talk a little bit about how those went for you guys.
Well, they went exactly as we planned. They were just so low-key that we basically tempoed the first, at UVA, both races. We tempoed the first 3K of the 4K races, which meant we were just working together, running more at a workout pace than we were at a race pace. We're really not ready right now to go out really hard and hold it all the way through. So rather than put them through that, disrupt our training, I didn't want to back off. We were just using them as advanced workouts. So they were pacing the first 3,000 meters and then running the last 1,000 hard. And they did a great job. They stuck together. We had large groups together at 3,000 meters. In the different groups, I put them in at their alumni race. And so, right now and that's the exciting part. They're really listening and they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And that bodes very well for the future.
Great. And with the alumni meet, we had a lot of former runners come back and to see you guys, to run with you guys, and things like that. How great was it seeing those former athletes here?
It's always fun. I mean, you're talking about I get very close to the runners on the team, and you enjoy having them around. And for them to come back, and in some cases, they're married, they have children. In other cases, they're now well into their careers, and you can see how successful they're being. Allison Paris is running professionally down in Greenville, South Carolina. So when you see how they've grown, how they've matured, and how they're doing with the rest of their life, the fact that they would come back and spend a little bit of time with us is always special.
Great. And looking ahead, the JMU Invitational at Newmarket Battlefield is this Saturday. What do you hope to see out of the results in that race?
Well, we're going to go at it a little bit harder this time. We're going to line up and actually try to race the thing. So we're going to, I'll put them into groups. We'll probably have 3 different groups out there that are going to be working together. And that's what I really try to do all the way up, maybe all the way into pre-nationals till we get to conference, is find out where they need to be racing-wise. The key to collegiate racing is to get where you need to be at 4,000 to 5,000 meters if it's a 6K race. And if we can be where we need to be at 4,000 to 5,000 and have people running together, there's more strength in a pack. And when I can have 4 or 5 women together, even in some cases 2 or 3, and they're working together, if one starts to feel bad, the other 2 can keep her with them. And so now we've got our little groups where they need to be at 4,000 to 5,000 meters. And then after that, it's every person for themselves. And they can race. They can try to catch more people. And you want to kind of like having a glass full of water. You want to just start dripping it out of there all the way through so that the last drop comes as you cross the line. If you dump the whole glass out in the first half, then you're dry the rest of the way. So we've got to figure out how fast they need to go, who they can work with, who they work well with, and at what pace they need to be going through in order to be able to run the optimal race by the time we get to conference and regionals.
Great. Well, we did do some interviews at the JMU Alumni Meet, and we put it on YouTube, so make sure you check that out. And we'll be doing continued coverage this Saturday at the JMU Invitational, so be sure to check back for that as well. Coach, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.